My 10 acne-prone product essentials and how they actually work. Because no, I am not only a medical esthetician, but I also struggled with my acne for so many years. And that really played out publicly online. When I was going through issues with my skin, I didn't have anybody to turn to. And back when my acne was at its worst, I saw 23 or 24 doctors and dermatologists trying to get help. And for a long time, I believed that natural was better, or I was looking for things that celebrities would use, thinking that magically if I use this product, it would like transpose onto my skin. And that's not how skin works. And it wasn't until I studied anatomy and physiology and understood how products interact with our skin that I was actually able to find solutions for my acne, which I am freaking breaking out right now, but at least I know which sunscreen did it. And we are going to speak about sunscreens that are acne-prone skin safe, because that can be so difficult. We know we need to protect ourselves from the sun, but the sunscreen feels greasy and gloopy and breaks us out. What is a bitch supposed to do? You're supposed to watch this video, boo-boo, I got you. Starting with the 5% benzoyl peroxide cleanser. This is brand new from the Inkey list, but it is one of the best acne products that I have come across in a long time. The Inkey list has these single ingredient products that are really great, but the benzoyl peroxide that I've always reached for has been from Panoxyl. You can get it from CVS. They have like a 5% and a 10%, and it's a more creamy solution. It's still stinging to pillowcases and things like that, but it's a good one. Well, the Inkey list launched one that is better, and this is actually available internationally, whereas the Panoxyl I don't believe is. This is the Inkey list Super Solutions. It's the 5% benzoyl peroxide cleanser, and you can use this on the face, on the chest, and on the back. Now, if you leave this on and don't wash it off, yes, it'll still stain towels and pillowcases, but when you rinse this off, it actually rinses off well, and I think that this is even more hydrating than the Panoxyl one. This is fragrance-free, 5 fluid ounces, no bull, and benzoyl peroxide is an ingredient that is medically proven to help with acne. You see, acne is always caused by C. acnes bacteria because it was renamed from Propionibacterium acnes to Cutibacterium acnes. And we can break down its name by saying cutie or cutis, bacterium meaning bacteria, and acne relating to acne vulgaris. Acne bacteria are anaerobic, an meaning no or without, and aerobic meaning they use oxygen. So acne bacteria live in no oxygen environments, which is why acne doesn't live on your pillowcase, but it does live deep in your skin. And specifically, this Cutibacterium acnes is a normal part of our skin, but when it goes haywire and there's oil and dirt and it gets clogged and inflamed, that's when we get whiteheads or we get blackheads and pimples. Benzoyl peroxide directly kills acne bacteria by going into the skin, and when you actually look at the chemical structure of this molecule, it has this peroxide in the middle that actually breaks, and that releases oxygen. And what does the oxygen do? It kills that acne bacteria. This has been medically proven time and time again to work. It can be a little bit harsh if you have dry, mature skin, but this is why I'm so excited about this fantastic and hydrating cleanser, because for people who struggle with like leave-on benzoyl peroxide spot treatments, this is a wash-off formula that works excellently. I love this. Now, if you have acne, you probably also have oily skin. You can use this for oily or dry, but one of my other favorites and my go-tos for this summer has been the Paula's Choice. This is the oil reducing cleanser. I used this when we were having a heat wave in California. It was 114 degrees, and this was the one cleanser that actually got the oil off of my face without making me feel overly stripped. This one actually has sunflower seed oil in it, so it's really good at getting the oil out of the skin, because remember, like dissolves like, and this washes it away but doesn't leave your skin feeling stripped. Means by Mel, who is my curly fairy hairy godmother, also loves this product. She is in Canada. She has very oily acne prone skin too, and this has been a godsend for her. And she has a really good skincare routine, but I am actually a medical estheticianifying it. Whereas for me, my curly hair care routine was abysmal.
You have a spray water bottle.
So I have a bottle of water.
We shall make do, and that's what we're gonna have to do. Maybe you should remove your hearing devices for this.
I don't even have a blow dryer, and I had to basically use a spaghetti colander. And yeah, she basically saved my strands and my scalp. But this cleanser is amazing. It gets her seal of approval as well as mine, as well as so many other people. And if you do have more oily skin, or you're not looking for something that's like fighting like big blemishes and you're just a bit more oily, maybe get some blackheads, this is a great one to go for and one of my go-tos. To tone or not to tone, that is the question. Toners are not essential in a skincare routine, but especially if you have a hard time like reaching the back, this has been a godsend. This is actually made by Dr. Pimple Popper, who I got to meet. Did you know that I got to yodel with Dr. Pimple Popper? Yes, literally, one of the highlights of my entire life. She is my idol. Like, I don't care about like celebrities or like, I don't know, who are the people that everyone crushes on that's like in a movie, but Dr. Pimple Popper, oh, it's a different conversation. Well, even before I got to meet her and yodel with her and speak about acne and mental health, I had fallen in love with this product. I've been using this for years, probably 5 years. When it first came out and when it was first available in Target is when I got my hands on it. But this is the salicylic acid body spray. And what I love about this is that number one, it has salicylic acid, medically proven ingredient to help with acne. Number two, it's a spray. So it's really easy to get your back or those hard to reach areas. And especially if you have acne in those awkward spots, this is a great way to be able to reach and reapply seamlessly. This basically has 2% salicylic acid, and salicylic acid is wonderful. It's also known as BHA or beta hydroxy acid, and it's unique because it's oil soluble. It's one of the bigger ones, but because it's oil soluble, it can go into the skin. Remember, our skin produces the oil, and like dissolves like, so it can kind of use our pores as like a roadmap or a bridge to get inside. And once it's deep inside of that pore, it actually kills the acne bacteria. It's also exfoliating, so it helps those dead skin cells on the top layer of our skin slough off. The epidermis is made up of 5 layers. Epi means top, and dermis relates to skin, so it's the top skin layers. And unfortunately, if we touch our skin too much or if we wear a bunch of makeup, that can get clogged, and that's what causes some of these whiteheads to bubble up under the skin. So regular, gentle exfoliation is a really great way to combat that, and this is one of the best ways I know to help both on the face as well as the back and the body. This has been a godsend. There are some other sprays that I do like. There are some other toners that I like, again, like Paula's Choice, but when it comes to my acne saviors, this has been a tried and true, and I absolutely love it. And it's made by an actual dermatologist. Like, Dr. Sandra Lee MD knows what the she's doing. And now you know we gotta talk about retinoids. Retinoids are the gold standard in dermatology, and they were originally used for acne. Now, later on, people found out that they're great for hyperpigmentation, for fine lines and wrinkles, and collagen building, and so many other things. But if you have acne, whether it's teenage acne or you're trying to fight fine lines and wrinkles and acne, retinoids are the way to go. Prescription retinoids are wonderful if you can get a prescription. There are things like Dermatica or Apostrophe or Curology or Agency that are great for those. But for over-the-counter, I have some favorites. Now, I was going to put the Ordinary's Grand Active Retinoid in here because it's so good and it's so inexpensive, but when I was thinking about like just like my top 10 or top 11, I couldn't. These are honestly better. This right here is from AcneFree. This is the Adapalene Gel. This is a cruelty-free version of Differin. Differin was prescription for a long time, but now it's available over the counter. And AcneFree basically made this so that it's affordable and accessible to us acne sufferers. Now, what's the difference between Adapalene Gel and other retinoids? Remember that the term retinoid is basically an umbrella term. So when someone says retinoids, they're talking about adapalene, they're talking about retinol, they're talking about retinaldehyde, they're talking about retinoic acid or tretinoin. All of those things are in this vitamin A family. And retinoids can sound scary, but they're actually made by our body, specifically in our eyes and the retinas. And you know, they can be bad if you use too much of them in a high concentration. But if you use a good amount and use it as it is directed, it can be a lifesaver. This is one of the best because it is a synthetic retinoid. It's like a cousin molecule. It's more stable when exposed to sunlight. So a lot of retinoids, you can't go out and about during the day because they degrade. This one works. This one is also less irritating than a lot of prescription retinoids. So if you are someone who's more prone to sensitivity, this is great. And again, this is like $10 and you can even get it on sale. I've gotten it on Amazon for $5. This is one of the best. Even if you don't have acne, you just have fine lines and wrinkles and a couple period breakouts here and there, so good. Or if you're a dude and you get little shaving cuts and you tend to have scars, don't apply this to an open wound, but this ingredient can help the skin remodel. So if you have acne and scars from shaving, this is the perfect option. And any retinoic acid or adapalene that you get will do that, but this is a great one. Now, what is the other one that I love? This one from Medicate. This has got to be one of my favorite retinaldehyde products. I know that there was one that was just launched from Youth to the People. I am still working that one out. There is also one from Biossance, and the one that I've actually been using is an eye cream. I've been using it on my face and I f***ing love it, but I didn't put it in this video because it's not one of my all-time trieds and trues, whereas I've been using this one for years. Again, this one is from Medicate, and this one is the retinaldehyde. This is so good, and if you have mature skin, if you have adult acne, if you're someone who has PCOS, of course, get that diagnosed and treated by a doctor, but this would be great for the skin of somebody who has PCOS, even though it's not going to cure polycystic ovarian syndrome. For people who don't know what that is, it can be a very painful condition where cysts grow on your ovaries and in your body, and it can create things like issues with hair growth or with acne or with weight. But this is absolutely beautiful because this is hydrating, it's non-irritating, but it is the highest potency of retinoid that you can get over the counter without a prescription. If you get retinol, retinol translates itself into this. So you're basically taking out a step. When your skin gets this, it takes this retinal and it turns it into retinoic acid so it can directly do work in the skin. I love this so much. It's the Crystal Retinol 3. It's a stable night serum with next generation vitamin A. If you tell me they have magical little unicorns inside of this that wear bow ties and stab holes in your pores like microneedling in the middle of the night and then deliver this goodness deep into your cells, I would believe it, because this is one of the best products I've ever used when it comes to retinaldehyde over the counter. Again, there are some brand new ones that I'm really itching to get my hands on, but I haven't had a chance to try them for years yet, and this one I have, and this one I love. As noted, the Ordinary's Grand Active Retinoid is also really, really good, but it doesn't make it to the top. What does, however, is the Inkey Succinic Acid Spot Treatment. If you like little unicorns that jump into your skin and give you inside-out retinoid action, this gives you inside-out leprechaun action to your skin. This is basically a green goo. It has succinic acid as well as salicylic acid as well as other ingredients that help to annihilate breakouts in a very gentle, easy way. As we were talking about earlier, a lot of acne spot treatments have things like benzoyl peroxide, and they can just be so harsh on the skin. Like, they can be so drying and irritating. And if you have really oily skin, that can be totally okay. But especially if you have more mature skin or if you have dry skin and acne, it can be nearly impossible to deal with. This is a spot treatment. As you can see, I use it all over like as a serum, and it's green and then it kind of soaks in. It's so much fun. Again, if you're super dry, put it on as a spot treatment. But if you're not super dry, you can put this all over. And succinic acid is part of the Krebs cycle. This cycle is very delicately balanced. And if you switch things around, specifically messing with a step or ions and the molecules that are inside of that cause this basically chain of steps to happen, it basically disallows this Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle to continue. And unfortunately for bacteria and microbes, but fortunately for us, succinic acid being a part of that cycle can be disrupted. And this isn't like medically proven, so I want to be very aware of that. The medically proven ingredient in here is salicylic acid, but succinic acid has been shown to help, and it seems extremely promising, and a lot of people, including myself, love it. This is one of my favorites. It also costs like $11, so it's actually affordable. I love, 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 love this. And I've probably gone through 6 different tubes. Look at this, I'm like almost out. This is such a blast, and it literally blasts the pimples off of my face and into outer space to go hang out with Elon Musk and the Dogecoin. While this one is fantastic, if you want just the sulfur, this one from Face Reality is bomb diggity. And I think that Face Reality in general gets like an entire spot on this top 10 list. And the reason why is because Face Reality is literally a clinic that is made for acne prone people. They literally go through trainings and certifications with estheticians to treat them about how to care for acne, which includes the face, the chest, and the back. Their acne products are some of the best. A lot of them rely on mandelic acid, but this one is a sulfur spot treatment that my skin is obsessed with. This works so well, and I feel like sulfur is such an underrated ingredient for acne. A lot of people don't know what that is. Sulfur is technically an element as well, so you may recognize it from there, or from its egg smell. Fun fact, this one actually doesn't smell like eggs, but this does annihilate breakouts in a gentle way. Again, it's one of those where if you're using benzoyl peroxide in a cleanser, you may not want to double up with a benzoyl peroxide spot treatment. So using something like a sulfur spot treatment is a great way to hit the acne or the blemishes at both angles. This is also one that works on blackheads. Benzoyl peroxide does work on blackheads, but I find that especially for blackheads, it can be kind of drying. Whereas this, it works so well. Even if you get little sebaceous filaments in here, exfoliants like salicylic acid, and this, bomb diggity. And again, this is made by Face Reality that literally specializes in acne prone skin. They've been around in San Leandro for 16 years. I recently visited them and I've done treatments with them out in Danville, California, and it's so wonderful that they actually have people that give a shit about our skin and that actually know what it feels like to go through and can actually care for people, and based on knowledge about acne and how it actually works, instead of just being like, oh, Gwyneth Paltrow said that this, lavender, lemon, cucumber flavored ice cube is so good to rub on your face. No, let's stick with what we know works. And when pimples pop up on our face, you know that I have relied on pimple patches. I've been using these for years. These are from ZITSTICKA, and yes, they can be pricey, but fun fact, I get them on sale. They've been at Target on sale, I've gotten them on sale at Ulta, and I've also gotten them on sale at Amazon. And they do have like the big 16 pack, but they also now have these little mini 8 packs that I found at Target. These are the ZITSTICKA Killa patches, and these literally are Killas for your pimples. These are really easy for on the go too if you're someone who has like emergency breakouts. I feel like these are too expensive if you have like an entire face full of breakouts. It's not sustainable. I would definitely recommend, you know, using other things for that. But if you do have a pimple that pops up overnight, nothing is gonna cure a pimple overnight because the wound healing process takes time. We've literally spoken about that entire wound healing and inflammation process in a recent K-beauty video. However, if you are looking for something that works as quickly as possible, this is going to be it. And it does visibly reduce like the actual size and the pain and the color, even if it doesn't get rid of the pimple completely. I've been using these for years and they come with these two little things. The first one is a Swipey-Doo. So the Swipey-Doo has salicylic acid, which we spoke about. It has tea tree, vitamin E, and alcohol to really kill bacteria. And then after the acne square swipe, you get the acne square poke. This one is the Killa patch itself, and it comes in one of these things, so it's super sanitary. This actually has micro darts. So like these micro little, they're not needles, but they're kind of like these, I would call them like a dart made of skincare. And the ingredients specifically have hyaluronic acid, oligopeptide 76, salicylic acid, and niacinamide. So they actually go into the breakout, they penetrate the skin, they dissolve, and they help to kill the acne bacteria. And overall, this is an emergency must-have for people who deal with blemishes and zits. Love this. ZITSTICKA's entire brand is made for acne-prone skin, and they do have other products like sunscreen, which I love. This is great if you want a dewy glow. I love this on my oily skin, but while this makes it to my top 10, this one does not. And what actually does is this one from EltaMD. This is such a great sunscreen if you have acne. This is the UV Clear SPF 46, and dermatologists and doctors recommend this because it is so good. It has high purity niacinamide, and it's actually made for acne-prone skin. You know that the sun degrades collagen and elastin. We know that it can cause skin cancer, but a lot of people don't realize that sun exposure can actually make acne turn into a scar or make acne scarring worse. It can lead to hyperpigmentation. It can cause a scar to be more irritated while it's healing and slow down the healing process. And I'm almost out of this, but oh my gosh, this is so good. This has a blend of mineral and chemical filters, but it goes in very nicely if you give it a second to rub in. And just the niacinamide in here, as well as the other ingredients, actually support acne-prone skin and help your skin regulate sebum. Remember that sebum is the oil that our skin naturally produces. And if we get that oil to kind of get in balance, get in check and in sync, then the acne bacteria can't eat as much of it, can't bubble up and swell up and cause this red inflamed pimple, and then the sun can't attack that pimple and then cause irritation and scarring. This really is one of the best sunscreens for acne-prone skin. We actually have an entire video on the best acne-prone sunscreens. It includes this one as well, but especially if you are more oily, this one gives you like a dewy finish, whereas this one doesn't. And I have loved this for years. Doctors and derms do as well. This is cruelty-free. At least that's what I've been told. Right, left, up, down, 9 times to and from Saturn. So that is my current understanding because it's not sold in China directly on shelves. But this is such a good facial sunscreen, and I absolutely love this for anyone who is acne prone, or even if you're just oily and you get like a lot of blackheads and blemishes. Now this next product, I wonder if you can guess what it is. It's actually not this one. This one is kind of a dupe for it, but this is one product that I have been using for literal years. It is so good, it is so potent, and it's really fun to do. Now you can hurt yourself with it, but that is why we have given you guides on how to not hurt yourself, since yes, this can be purchased over the counter, although it can't be in Canada. And we are talking about the Ordinary's AHA BHA peeling solution. Active ingredients directly to help exfoliate acne prone skin. I love this product. Do you even want to sit here and hear me talk about this AHA BHA peeling solution for the next 20 minutes? Because I will. The wheels on the bus go meow, 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 meow. The pimples on my face go out, 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 because I put all of the actives on, and then the pimples, they be gone. And if you'd like, you can sing along to my song, because my acne will be gone. Love you bitches, bye.